Hey everyone, this is Carla Jenkins. Welcome to an all new episode of Projectized, the project management show. Where in today's show, I'm going to talk about how to manage virtual teams. I feel that this is very timely and it's a way of helping people because remember, Projectized discusses three things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. So today is two: how businesses use project management. And this article comes from dummies.com because I subscribed to the newsletter and they had project management all in one book coming. So I'm going to put the article right into here so that you can read it and watch it. So I would like to welcome Eddie Brugel from Periscope and Fasted Human from YouTube Live. Welcome, both of you. So some of the things that the article and the author is talking about, and this is, I believe, working from home for dummies, is to increase your interaction. And by that, as managers and managing people who aren't co-located, meaning in the same building, means make time for people. So, you have calendar, allocate certain time just to talk to your team or individuals. You can do it every day, or you can do it once a week outside of um, your normal meetings, because people will put on their game face in the meeting, but outside of that, just checking in on them, that's another thing. In addition, underneath that is increased communication as you increase distance. 90% of your job as a project manager is communicating. So you have to communicate even further, because when you're face to face, that's you have a lot more nonverbal. Yes, you're on Zoom. Yes, you're this. But if you don't understand something, you can immediately be in that person's face and ask them why why you said that. Why do you think this? You don't get to do that when you're further away. Another thing underneath it is to use technology. Don't let technology use you. I do think by now most people have gotten a hang of Zoom, but it's not just Zoom. It's also chat box, instant messaging, marketing, social media, all of that. Don't let technology use you. Remember, whether it's Zoom, Slack, Microsoft Teams, realize that's a tool. And even though you're dispersed, there's other tools you can use. You can still use the phone. You can still use email. So don't feel that the only way to communicate is Zoom, Slack, Microsoft Teams. There's other ways to communicate. Underneath, the next big point is provide long distance recognition. And so thank you. Long distance recognition. Um, will people still want rewards and recognition for doing the job, whether or not they're physically in the same building? Some of the things you can do that this article asks for is ask virtual members to keep the leader and other team members apprised of their accomplishments. I would recommend writing down what you do every week, like the weekly status report. Write it down. It can be on Word, it can be on an Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't matter, but write it down so that when you go for your monthly evaluation or your quarterly review, or since this is October, your annual review, you can say, okay, this week I did this, or this month I did that, and sum it up, because you may think that your boss is noticing everything you do. That's not necessarily the case. And by you keeping the task when you have a meeting with them, you can send it and say, this is what I felt I've done. And you would have talking points going into your annual review. Next is keep recognition log of remote team members. Make sure the virtual team members are appropriately included in recognition programs by ensuring that remote employees are kept fully in the loop. Also, it would be nice if you were to send them a copy of their certificate. It's one thing to say that they've done well, but to email them the PDF of their actual certificate, along with, say, their bonus or something, that's great because they'll print it out and put it up. Other things that they talk about is involve executives in recognition activities by way of conference calls, video conferencing, or periodic in-person awards program. I think that's a great boost. When management gets into it, it boosts morale. The third big thing regarding managing virtual teams are use the internet. And when it means use the internet, use it as a tool, of course. From teleconferencing to video conferencing, you have Zoom, you have Skype. Next is virtual meetings. You have GoToMeeting. You also have Zoom and Skype and other places. Then you have project collaboration. You have Slack, Basecamp, Easy Projects, Asana. You also have Google Tables that I did a while back on this Projectized. So those are like the three big reasons. So I'm going to do the recap of increasing your interaction. Number one, providing long distance recognition, and using the internet are the three big takeaways from this article from Dummies. And this is something that I think will help a lot of people here. If you do need more help in virtual teams, I have a product. After this, I'm going to put it on my website and in YouTube and on Twitter. It's called Virtual Teams. That will really, really help you get there. Also, I always shout out people who come live. So from YouTube Live, thanks Spastic Human for joining me from YouTube Live. BT and Edward Bruegel from Periscope, and Rasul from Instagram Live. Remember, you can catch Projectized Mondays through Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Periscope, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. And if you need help managing your projects or passing a project management professional or CAPM, get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/contact. So I would like to thank everyone